Hi guys, OMG Vapes back again for another review, and this time we're going to be looking at the Puma 200W by Vapestorm. Yes, so guys, here we go with the Puma 200W by Vapestorm. There she is. Focus. There you go. Just give you a quick run round of the mod. Very nice. Now before we get into that, I want to do a quick, big shout out to one of my subs, Mark Moriarty, cool name by the way, for purchasing me a set of digital calipers off my Amazon wishlist. Now, on my previous reviews, I've been using old school Helix ruler, and it's been okay, but due to the lighting, sometimes it makes it difficult to see, and it's a bit of a ball ache. So this is a welcome asset, and I'm eternally grateful. So thank you, Mark Moriarty. I appreciate it. Thanks very much, mate. Now onto the box mod. Some specs on this. It's a dual 18650 mod. It does 5 to 200 watts. It does your temp, nickel, stainless steel, titanium, TCRs. It's got a very lightweight moulded resin body with the graffiti pattern actually blended in to the plastic during the manufacturing process, which is a very nifty and unique idea. It weighs 80 grams in the hand without batteries, so that is pretty lightweight. It's got an 8.4 volt cutoff, a 50 amp max current rating, and it fires down to 0.06 in both temperature and wattage mode, which is a big selling point on this mod. It also has a bypass mode, so you can use it as a mech mod, and firing down to 0.06 is going to be a big selling point to some people. Now in bypass mode, it can do up to 230 watts depending on the build, but in regulated it's 200 watts. So I've got the Manta RTA sitting on top. I've got a 0.11 dual fuse Clapton build. I've got it running at 60 watts. Let's have a vape. Very nice. So guys, we're going to dive down to the closer cam. I'm going to show you the packaging, what you get in the box, and how to navigate the mod, and all that good shit. So, come on guys. And here we go with the packaging for the Puma 200W by Vapestorm. This is the box. In the packaging, you get a very nice user manual, giving you the rundown of all the mod, the specs, and the functions. Very nice. You also get this QC Pass certificate. And you also get a USB charging cable. Now, I'm not sure if this is an upgrade cable as well. By the looks of it, it doesn't look like it. It's pretty thin. I have tried to email the company to find out if it is firmware upgradable, but they haven't got back to me, so I can't confirm that. But from the looks of the cable, I would say it isn't. And here is the star of the show, the Puma 200W. There she is. It's made out of moulded resin, and it has this graffiti design blended into the plastic as it's being moulded. It's not actually paint, it's actually blended in the manufacturing process. I'm not sure how they do it, but I believe that's how it's done. Very nice. It's got a nice satin feeling to it. Not that rubbery, not as rubbery as a vape shard, but it's close. It's in between, sort of in between. There's the 510. You got this catch cup or drip tray going around the outside, which I'm not a fan of. You've got 2 screws either side to hold the top on. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this because it does, when you got like bottom airflow atomizers on here, it does sort of collect condensation and juice what comes out the airflow, and it gets pretty annoying. There's your 510, pretty similar to the Pulse BF in my opinion. You got a spring loaded 510, nice soft travel on that. On the side you got vapes, don't know what that was referring to, but it's on there. On the bottom you got nothing apart from 2 screws holding the bottom on. On this side you got nothing. Some holes to get your battery tray out and some for venting. Nice clicky fire button. Nice clicky up and down button. Fire button's pretty raised from the body, so you can actually feel it every time you look for it without looking for it, should I say. And your up and down button raised as well. There's your display. 0.9 inch, pretty similar to the DNA 75C colour. There's your tray. Inside you got Puma 200W by Vaping. And here and here you got 2 magnets, what's embedded into the plastic, so they ain't going to fall out. Nice solid battery door. And here's the mod on the internals. Nice battery tray. Nice branded ribbon, Vaping. Clearly marked plus and minus inside the battery tray. Beefy magnets at the top and the bottom. And gold plated spring loaded contacts at the top. Gold plated contacts at the bottom. Very nice. Now I haven't got no scales to weigh this, so but in the manual it just states 80 grams without batteries, which is pretty light. It is a lightweight mod, guys. No movement on the battery door, absolutely solid in place. Very nice fit and finish on this. Let's get some measurements on this with my new calipers. Side to side, you're looking 42.6. Front to back, you're looking 40.1. Top to bottom, you're looking 80.3. Let's get some batteries in this. Positive up, negative up, battery door on. I like how they've done all the different colours in this, guys, because if you notice this, it's actually got the colour of the batteries in there, look, mixed in. You've got the 30Qs there, same colour as the battery wraps. It's just a nice little touch. Right, comes on as soon as you put the batteries in. Now it's 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off, as normal, so it's off now. 5 clicks on. There's no locking feature on this, guys. If you want to lock it, you just switch it off. And there's your display. On the top, you got your power, you got your wattage, you got the indicator for the mode you're in, which this is wattage. For some reason, they've got the temperature there as well. Not sure why that's there. I have emailed them and told them about it. Try and get them to remove it on future iterations of this mod, because it shouldn't really be there. I'm not a fan of that. You got your battery indicator, 1 and 2. You got your volts, your amps, your ohms, and your puff count. I don't know if you can see this, guys, but that screen is quite, it's on the piss a little bit. Just thought I'd note that, because that is annoying to some people, including me. You can see that quite clearly on the piss. Something to note. It goes down to 5 watts. Scrolls pretty fast, guys. 5 watts is the minimum, and the maximum is 200. Let's get into the menu. It's old plus and minus. And then you can see it will flash at the top, and then you just cycle through. Temp, nickel, stainless steel, titanium, M1, M2, then your memory settings, and bypass mode. Then back to wattage. So let's go into nickel, because we're going to do a nickel test. When you're in temp mode, you click the fire button and it goes to power set. Now, I'm not quite sure whether this is preheat or the power what you need for temperature, because this power wattage setting here stays there. You can see it's 200 watts. That stays there all the time. So I'm not sure whether it's running at 200 watts or the power set what you've set. I would say it's a preheat, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure. I can't get any information off the company. As you can see, you can set your power there. But like I said, I'm not sure whether it's preheat or what, because you'll see when you get to the main screen that 200 watts will still be there. Click the fire button to get your power set. Click it again, and it goes to TCR set. You can adjust that there. Tweak it a little bit if it's not right, and then to lock it in, just hold the fire button. There you go, and then you can up and down on your temperature. Goes to 600 degrees, and it round robins to Celsius, to 100, to 315 I think it is, and then it round robins back to Fahrenheit. And then, so let's set it at 430, and as you can see, the 200 watts is still there, which is a bit confusing in my opinion, and why I've relayed this to the company, but whether they listen or not, that's up to them. And also, if you hold the fire button and the plus button, you get into this nifty little menu where it says key set. As you can see, and then you scroll through 1 to 5. This is actually the sensitivity of your fire button, so how quick the mod fires. 1 being the fastest, 5 being the slowest. So I think that is a very interesting little addition to this mod, because it does work, and it's especially good for if you got really thick beefy coils what take a lot of ramping up. Then you can set it to 1, and it kind of eliminates that. Well, helps with it anyway. So it's a good little feature to have. So let's do a quick dry fire test in nickel mode, see how it gets on. I'm going to be using my indestructible to do the nickel test. So I'll screw this on. As soon as you screw an atomizer on, guys, it says new or old, plus or minus, and this actually locks in the resistance every time. Now this is coming in at 0.07. See there, 0.07 ohms. There we are. Just a standard nickel coil. It's about 14 maps, I think it is. And we got a piece of cotton. Pop that through there. Snip off these ends. And there we go. So it's set for 430 degrees. Saying 200 watts, but I did set it to 75. Actually, let's go in and change that. I think that might be a bit too high. So let's change that back to 40. $600. Lock it in. Okay, it's ready. So let's go. First fire. Bit of smokage. That might be off the coil though, because I've pre-used this. Second fire. And third fire. Just pull this cotton out, see how it got on. Slight bit of banding, guys, but nothing to write on about. And there's a pass on that. As you can see, when you press the fire button, it is throttling the wattage. So that 0.12 watts. That is throttling the wattage, so it is working. It's not burning the cotton, so it's a good thing. Just pop this in the deck. I'll be using this to do a couple of tests on your when we get up top again. And there we go. Get the top book back on. Single coil mode. And that's it, guys. So I'm going to juice this atomizer up, get back up top and do the vape through test for the nickel. And some high and low wattage tests as well. So more to come. Stay tuned. And we return. So guys, first of all, I'm going to do a vape through nickel test in temp control. So let's get this coil juiced up. Should do it. So I've got it 430 degrees at 40 watts. And we're going to give it a go. So let's have a vape. Hi guys, OMG Vapes back again for another review, and this time we're going to be looking at the Puma 200W by Vape Store. Yes, so guys, here we go with the Puma 200W by Vape Store. There she is. Focus. There you go. Just give you a quick run round of the mod. Very nice. Now before we get into that, I want to do a quick big shout out to one of my subs, Mark Moriarty, cool name by the way, for purchasing me a set of digital calipers off my Amazon wishlist. Now on my previous reviews I've been using old school Helix ruler and it's been okay, but due to the lighting sometimes it makes it difficult to see and it's a bit of a ball ache. So this is a welcome asset and I'm eternally grateful. So thank you, Mark Moriarty. I appreciate it. Thanks very much, mate. Now onto the box mod. Some specs on this. It's a dual 18650 mod. It does 5 to 200 watts. It does your temp, nickel, stainless steel, titanium, TCRs. It's got a very lightweight moulded resin body with the graffiti pattern actually blended in to the plastic during the manufacturing process, which is a very nifty and unique idea. It weighs 80 grams in the hand without batteries, so that is pretty lightweight. It's got an 8.4 volt cutoff, a 50 amp max current rating, and it fires down to 0.06 in both temperature and wattage mode, which is a big selling point on this mod. It also has a bypass mode, so you can use it as a mech mod, and firing down to 0.06 is going to be a big selling point to some people. Now in bypass mode, it can do up to 230 watts depending on the build, but in regulated it's 200 watts. So I've got the Manta RTA sitting on top. I've got a 0.11 dual fuse Clapton build. I've got it running at 60 watts. Let's have a vape. Jesus. I'm going to have to reduce this, guys. Take a couple of more hits. That is extremely powerful, guys. I tried it with a Goon LP and I couldn't even take a drag. It was that bad. So yeah, extremely impressed with the power output, guys. It's freaking hard hitting, proper hard hitting. So let's try the minimum wattage test. Just to round it off, I'm going to be using the Kabuki with a 1.6 ohm coil in it. New coil. Let's get it down to around 12.5 watts. Extremely cloudy in here. Whew. Right. A 1.67 ohm coil, 12.5 watts. Let's have a go. As you can see, guys, it handles the lower wattage as well. So guys, that's it for that. I'm pretty impressed with this mod so far, guys. With the high wattage definitely, and the low wattage is working perfectly. Temp control solid. So that's it for the tests. Let's get on with the pros and cons. I'm just going to clear this room out and vapor first, and I'll be back. So back in a couple of minutes. So guys, the pros. Pro number one is the weight. Because of the material it's made out of, it's pretty lightweight and it's really good in the pocket. You can barely notice it's there, so it's got to be a pro for me. Pro number two is the build quality and the fit and finish. It's made out of that really nice nylon with a nice satin coating, all that pattern and colour mixed into it makes it really nice. The door, fit and finish on the door is really nice. Overall, it is very, very nice on the quality. Another pro is the simple to use menu. It's basic, guys. It's just easy to navigate, easy to get round. Pretty much point and click. Another pro is the bypass mode. I really like that feature, and because it fires down to 0.06, that makes it ideal for people who like using mech mods and they want a bit of safety but the same sort of vape. This is the one for you guys. Another pro is that fire button sensitivity feature. That is a really nice feature, especially when you've got thick heavy duty cores on here and you got a big ramp up. You can set that to number 1 and it fires pretty much instantly. And another pro is the incredible power output, guys. I don't know how they've managed it, but as you know, dual 18650 can't really reach 200 watts, but I could say this is pretty much hitting it. I wished I had the machines and stuff to test the output, because I'd like to know whether it is hitting the 200 watts, but from the looks of it and the feel of it, it's getting pretty close. Now some cons. First con is that drip tray on the top. It's really annoying. When you've got atomizers on with airflow on the bottom, it picks up a lot of condensation, and after about 2 hours of vaping, it's pretty much full with just juice and wetness, and it gets annoying. The other con is them quirky display options with the temperature being on the wattage screen, and when it's in temp mode, you've still got the wattage mode wattage shown on the display, which is very confusing. So it's got to be a con. And the last con is a little niggly con, and that's no locking feature. You have to click the mod on 5 times, off 5 times to get it to lock, and it's a bit annoying. So, but apart from that, guys, it's a thumbs up from me. It's a very nice mod for $44.99. You can't complain. It's got that nice graffiti look to it, which is unique. I haven't seen it before. It's not actually painted, it's actually moulded into the plastic resin, so it's very nice. And overall, it's a steal for $44.99. It's got that Minikin, it feels just like a Minikin V2. It's got that size and shape, and people who can't afford a Minikin V2, which are about £80 or £90, good option. And with the addition of that bypass mode, that makes it a deal breaker for me. I really like that feature. So, there you go, guys. It's a really solid mod. For the price, $44.99, I think it's a real good steal. So, thumbs up. And that's it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next one. And remember, smoking kills, choose life. See you guys.